Thank you, Mr. President. I wanted to challenge you on one of the statements that you made in the tail end of the campaign in the midterms. That
here we go.
If you don't mind, Mr. President, that this caravan was an invasion. As you know, Mr. President,
I consider it to be an invasion.
As you know, Mr. President, the caravan was not an invasion. It's a group of migrants moving up from Central America towards the border with the U.S.
Thank you for telling me that.
And why did you characterize it as such?
Joining me now, Fox News contributor and fellow at the Independent Women's Forum, Sara Carter, who was recently in Guatemala covering the caravan. All right, Sara, so, you've heard the media describe these people as, good people, women and children. Was that your understanding when you were seeing them face to face?
Unfortunately, no. I mean, there were women and children at the front end. I was in Guatemala. I was there for the second wave that was coming across the Honduran border. So I was right there in a town called Chiquimula, right on the Honduran border, as they were moving across. And they put the women and children's lives actually in danger. What these organizers of the caravan would do would put maybe 100 to 200 women and children, some disabled, some elderly, at the front of the group. And then the rest of the group, and this is what I saw with my own eyes, were men. I mean, there were roughly 1,400 to 1,500 men behind them. They would start pushing against the women and children. The Guatemalan government was telling them, please turn around, go back. You will not be allowed into the United States. But as in Europe, Central America has a process by which if you have papers, you can cross through the border system. So they didn't want the women and children to be harmed, so they processed the women and children through.
So it's literally women and children first, but not in a good way.
Not in a good way at all.
And so the men are really taking advantage and using the women and children as kind of the tip of the spear.
That's absolutely right,
okay,
Jesse.
So
absolutely right.
You talked about, the organizers of the caravan. Did you get any information on that?
Well, according to the intelligence officers that I spoke to on the ground, now I was with Guatemalan intelligence as well as other intelligence officials on the ground, they were informed that a lot of the leftist groups in Honduras, in El Salvador, were organizing these caravans. And it appeared to me to be very highly organized because, one, I speak Spanish, I know what's going on. There were people within the group that were kind of guiding the other men in the group. Now,
but what was the purpose of the left-wing groups in Central America for organizing the caravan north?
Well, they have multiple reasons. One, they want to divide the governments, conservative governments of Guatemala or Honduras from the United States. They want to cause a ruckus.
That makes total. So it's about domestic politics and causing mass mayhem down there internally in order to maybe overturn some
exactly.
Look at this picture. So all of a sudden, these Mexicans just decided to get up and start heading to the border. I mean, give me a break. Look at this. So these people have to be getting fed. They're getting money. I don't know what is, what's going to happen here, but this to me is a total operation. Look at these. You got these migrants in vests here. They're the ones probably coordinating it. And now it's become 7,000 strong as it pushes towards the U.S. border. All right, so last time I covered this, it was 4,000. It's nearly doubled. And we're going to go over this. It says, mystery men hand cash to migrant caravan refugees as number swells to 7,000. Video shows men handing money to immigrants as army of refugees head for the United States border. Is that a gun in his waistband?